Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having an amazing day. This is Rob. Welcome to Market Mornings. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you please type number one in the comment section in the chat box to let me know that you can, I would greatly appreciate it. And as you do, keep in mind, nothing we talk about today is for advice or recommendation. It is all for educational purposes only. And guys, if you like what you see here, make sure you follow along the various social platforms that we're on. There's a ton of content gets put out day in and day out. I don't want you to miss out on it. There's new things coming out every single day across the board here. Right, and for today's agenda, we're going to look at economic reports first. We're going to get into the futures. Then we're going to look at yesterday's trades, look at the candidates for today, and then last, and what could be most importantly, are what stocks are you looking at for the day. All right, so morning, say, hey, how are you? Kevin, appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There you go, Erica. All right, let's go jump in. Let's start with futures and see. Not futures. Sorry, economic reports, and see what's going on there. 9 o'clock, we've got two reports: HPI and S&P composite. Really nothing important there. They're yellow. We get it to 10 a.m. Consumer confidence. That's a big report. Also, the Richmond Manufacturing Index. That one's okay. It's a moderate report. And then at 1:55, FOMC member Waller is speaking. Right, so it's just when the Fed speaks, it's not Powell, but when the Fed speaks, you just don't know open mouth, insert foot. We never know what's coming out. We're looking for hints and clues. That's why there's an orange to it. Some speakers are better than others at not letting anything out of the bag or not being controversial against where the direction of the Fed is. But Waller has been known to dip his toe a little bit. All right, so with that, let's go take a look at the futures. Unlike yesterday with a sea of green, today we have a sea of red. Not big moves. I mean, we're down 15 points, 14.5 on the ES. The Dow is down 170. The NASDAQ is down 14. The RUT's down 7. Now, Bitcoin is still above 19, but it's down 65. Ethereum's the only green on the screen. It's up $2.50. Gold is down 9 points, and then crude is down 89 cents to 83.70, we'll call it. So still decent numbers, a little bit less gas usage right now, strategic reserves being released, right, causing prices to drop, all helpful to the consumer. It's just how long can we keep that strategic reserve flowing before we have no reserve that's strategic any longer? All right, so with that, let's go ahead and take a look at trades from yesterday. This is the opportunity for each and every one of you to drop in the candidates that you did yesterday. Whatever trades you took, drop them in. Let us know how you did. If they were trades you took from here, awesome. Drop that in. If they were trades you did on your own, drop them in. It doesn't matter. Remember, this is about accountability. This is you reaching out and saying, this is what I did yesterday. Yes, I am trading. I don't care if it's funded or non-funded. You're hitting enter. And that's all I care about is you are hitting the enter button. Right? I'm not worried about the results. I just want to know that you're actually doing it day in and day out. All right. So we had a lot of candidates on our list yesterday. One of them was Tesla. Right, so there were price cuts on the vehicles in China on two of their vehicles, which drove Tesla to the downside. I had down a bear call spread. Tesla's a stock that I trade regularly. If you've been in this show for any amount of time, you've heard me say this again and again and again. If you know the company, by all means, go ahead and look for directional trades. So, and I went over this yesterday in our power hour, if you joined us there, and I know some of you did. We wound up doing a put on Tesla in the morning and picked up about $4. And I was in and out of that trade within an hour or so, but well before the 12 o'clock show started yesterday. And if we bring Tesla up, let's go bring a full screen up. And let's bring it in a little bit, right? So Tesla dropped. Here was a major fib line. Tesla dropped. And you could have waited for the retest and the fail. It was awesome. On this bar is where I wound up getting back out again. You know, we were doing great. And then we didn't just break above. We just destroyed this 8. And about, this far up into it is where I pulled the trigger, exited the trade. Still did okay on it. Still picked up some profit. But overall, it was just time to go. Right? And then we went in and taught the power hour yesterday. And that goes until 1 p.m., which is 1300. So right about here. Right, we got 1300. There's 1 o'clock, and what happened? I watched Tesla dip back down, and it got pretty close. Got back below the moving averages. It bounced up, got a nice little move. I was able to pick up a call on Tesla then and was able to get in at 1085 and out at 1360. So it wasn't a big move, 275. I didn't get out at the tops here. Would have been nice. I got out right near the end of the day, last 5 minutes or so. Got out of the trade. So $2.75, not too shabby, right? Remember, drop your trades in, folks, whatever you guys did from yesterday. And then I missed a trade on the Qs yesterday. I was involved with something else, looking at a different setup. We came down, closed, bounced. We had a little break in there, which would have been fine. I would have been okay. And we made a nice move up to the midpoint, then a nice move up to our resistance level, our R1, which would have been the X of the final X of the trade. And we rocked for the rest of the day. Excuse me. But I didn't catch that one. I missed out on that trade yesterday. So no harm, no foul, nothing you could do. But it was on my watch list, just didn't get it. Sean said, bear call spread on Tesla, bought to close the short leg and came out with $288 profit. Very nice, Sean. Good job. Good job. All right, so let's go take a look at today's candidates. So I have a watch list built for today's list that we're going to go into. So let's go jump into that. So DFS. I didn't write down the news, what happened there. All right, so DFS, I got to search my paper. Earnings, all right? I forgot to write them. I got my list, and I forgot to write what the news was there. I write it on the back of yesterday's sheet as I'm setting it all up. But DFS was earnings on them yesterday. They're down $1.86, so the earnings are not good. All right, let's get in there a little bit. So they're down to $94. So what does that mean? 94.14 is the 8 moving average. So we're pinned between our moving averages in there. 92 to 100 is 8. So we need to put in a negative 136 on here, right? And now we're sitting at 94. So, guys, you could look at a bear call spread above 96, right? Bear call spread above 96. But for me, I'm going to say next. And I wrote that down. You can get above 96 if you wanted, but a little too aggressive because we haven't really moved into a bearish position. We're in a neutral bias right now. EOG is our next one. There was a reinstate by a brokerage firm for them where they were watching them. They stopped, and now they're watching them again. So they're reinstating coverage, right? So from that news, they are now up a whopping 7 cents. They were up a bit more than that this morning in pre-market. So if we go back and look, let's go set this up, this chart up for end of day, pre-market, pre and post market. So it's only hash marks is all it was, but we had, when I looked at this, we had a little bit of a higher move and we're down. Okay. So with it being up only 7 cents right now, we're going to say next. Why? But why, Rob? Can I trade it? You guys, you can trade anything you choose, right? But remember something here. We're looking for news to drive in a direction. If the news is out and it's flat, it's like no news. So I don't want to trade that, right? So I'm going to say next. FedEx is our very next one on our list. FedEx had coverage initiated by Jefferies. They've got 2 coverage initiations today. And it's not surprising. I'll tell you, it's FedEx and UPS. They initiated coverage. It's not surprising because they're looking at the holiday season now, which usually, as go shippers, so goes retail. So if the shippers do good, retail does good, right? So right now, initiating coverage is a common practice, but it also makes people on Wall Street go, ooh, that's right, like me. So, wow, the holidays are upon us. We need to start thinking about shipping, right? So on FedEx, we're up $1 right now on that coverage initiated, which puts us at 155 3/4. So what does that do for us? Well, so we're still right inside of this mix here. We're going to look at a bull put spread below 150. Below 150. All right, we're sitting at 156. GE, General Electric. right? They came out today with earnings, GE, GM, all the G's out with earnings today. Their earnings are good, up $1.24 to 74.5. Nice. So we're going to look at a bull put spread below 73. Right? So what does that do for us on a GE? Let me move this over. All right, let's resize this a little big. Okay. So if we're looking below 73, now this is a very low volatility stock. Not going to be big premiums ever on a position like this. Okay. So if we're looking at the $73 put, yesterday was 201. We're looking for the next strike price below. Yesterday was 158. So we're looking at 60. That's 40 cents in there for 72, 73. That's as of yesterday. We moved $1, so we're probably looking at 20 to 60, maybe 30 cents inside of there. But guys, if you could pick 30 cents up on a 73, 72 bull put spread, okay, you got 70 cents at risk. You got a 33% rate of return if you're right on that trade. So I absolutely love it. Right? General Motors, GM, right? They are up $1.15 right now. General Motors was also earnings, right? So that puts them at 36.87. So let's see, 35.5 to 39.5 is $4. We need to split that level in half. So let's go add. We're going to need both, the negative 136 and the 118. All right, so we're sitting right now at 30, just shy of 37. So right about here, it's almost perfectly where we are, actually. Right there where my horizontal line is where we're sitting right now. And we're going to look at a bull put spread below 35. Now, if you like GM as a stock, and you say, I would not mind owning this position. If you owned it right now, guys, you would go and you would look at, for this week, you would look at selling a covered call. All right. And this is as of yesterday's numbers now. Keep that in mind. As of yesterday, we could have sold the 37.5 for 49 cents. Call it 50 cents. Just easy math. Okay. So $50 per contract, 10 contracts, $500. You could have rented this stock out for the week for 50 cents. Right. So that's if you owned it. But instead of buying the stock, you could look at selling a put. And what you're going to look for is, and I don't have the exact number right now because I don't know where we're going to be, but you would look for a 20 delta-ish. 21 is okay. You'd look to sell the 20 delta. You're getting 52 cents to sell that $34 strike. They're going to pay you 52 cents so that you take on an obligation to buy the stock at $34 a share between now and Friday close. And if they make you buy it for 34, you're going to turn around and you're going to sell the 37.5 call for another 49 cents. Right? You like this? It's called Wheel of Fortune. Just goes round and round and round. It is a phenomenal strategy. So I'm going to write down or naked put. And we will only do naked puts on stocks under $40. Anything higher is too expensive. Let's see. Erica said butterfly on JP Morgan still in the trade. Okay, good on that. Paula said SPY call, 3% loss, got in at the peak. It happens, right? Say Hey said $400 on SPY. There you go. FDX spread $100. Nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Excellent. Okay. So let's keep going. Coca-Cola. We're burning daylight. KO is up right now, $1.18. They had earnings come out. I think they raised guidance too. So if they're sitting at 58 3/4 right now, they're just above that 58.39. It's too tight to try to say go down below 58 and do a credit spread. We're going to look at 57. So we're going to look at a bull put spread below 57. All right. And again, low vol company, just period. Low vol company. 57 was 73 cents yesterday. The 56 was 40. That's 33 cents on a $1 strike, $1 increment. So you have very small risk in that trade if it does go against you. Okay. All right. So that's KO. Monster Market Movers. 3M. Right. So I did at one time send a letter to 3M asking them to change the name of the company to Monster Market Mover, since that was the name of our product. I thought it would be a nice addition for us, and they never replied. It was earnings for 3M, right? So let's see what's going on with 3M this morning. They're down $3.28, one of the few that are down on us today. So right now with that earnings, they're down to 115. So they're down below that 116 level. So, goodness gracious. All right. So I would like to see the stock on 3M get down to about 114.5. I'd like to see it move a little bit lower, then retest that 116 level. And what does that mean? Come down a little bit, come back up, not all the way to the 116, but move back up towards it and roll over. Then we'll look at a bear call spread above 116. Right? This at least gives me, it's not a head fake in the pre-market where there's always lighter volume. It shows me that the bears drove it down. The bulls attempted to move it back up. They ran into resistance, bumped their head on ugly, and it rolled back over. And there's the entry into the trade, right? A much better choice that way, right? Netflix. Whoo, I love me some Netflix, right? They're rocking it lately. They got an upgrade today. A small name company on the upgrade for them today. But on Netflix, we're sitting at $1.89 up, which is $2.84. So we'll see where Apple and Amazon go this week and how things tend to drive along with what's gone on with Netflix, if their earnings are good or not. But it was sitting at 284. Guys, that just puts us barely above that 283. Little difficult to take the bullish entry there. So I need the stock to move up to about 285. Then retest the 283. Then we'll be looking at a bull put spread below 283. All right. So what it does again is we run up. So the bulls are in control. We pull back. The bears are trying to make a drop, and it hits a support and bounces. Aha! Now we're ready. Right. On the other side of it, it is Netflix, or we're going to do a long option, which means buying a call. You could sell puts on this. You could do diagonal spreads on it. Whatever trade works for you, you could do. And we only have 3 candidates left. I missed it on this one. So there's only 2 left, really. So drop in the candidates that you want me to take a look at today, and we'll analyze those after we're done with our last one here this morning. So that's Netflix. Let's go to Ross Stores, ROST. Right, so Ross got an upgrade from Wells Fargo. They are up $2.22 this morning to $89.31 on Ross. So, I like that. I like that a lot. So on Ross Stores, we're looking at a bull put spread below 87. Right? Not sure what we'll get as far as premium. We have moved $2. So yesterday, the 87.86 would have brought in 40 cents. If we've moved $2, we're looking at maybe 25 cents, 20 cents, somewhere around there for a $1 increment. Still not bad. It's a 25% rate of return on that trade. So I'm okay with 25%. Don't look at the dollar. Look at the rate of return. And then last but not least is UPS. I already said that they also were coverage initiated by Jefferies, right? So UPS is up $5. Right, nice little move there, $4.50. 172 is where they're at right now. So they're just above that, just below rather, that fib line, that fibit, that 172.26. So we're going to look at a bull put spread below 165. Now, it may be too far away. It may not give us anything as a condition to consider, right? We may not get a setup. There may not be enough premium there. And if that's the case, that's okay. Do not move your strike prices. Do not adjust. Do not make changes to it. Don't say, well, I can't get any premium, so let me move. Nope. You'll be on the wrong side of that line, which we could get a pullback to that line. It may bounce, but you only have 4 days left, including today, on that trade. So I would be very, very, very cautious on changing anything as far as position goes. All right, Last chance, drop in the trades you want me to take a look at. And guys, there's tons of other candidates out there today that are moving, right? I definitely am going to be keeping my eye on futures to see what's happening there. Are we bouncing? Are we dropping? You know, what's transpiring, what's taking place. We're still down across the board about where we were when we started today. We're going to keep our eye on all of the futures data that's out there. Just as a short little note, if you guys are using the charting service that I use, which is Omega Charts, you are required to, if you're streaming, you are required to update before November 1st to keep your streaming working. So make sure that it's a free update. There's no cost for it. You'll click the blue phone in the upper corner and you can get it from there. All right. So it looks like Erica's asking for Apple. So Erica, let's see where Apple is right now. All right, so they're down 47 cents right now on Apple. Let's kind of bring it in. Let's see. There we go. All right. So Apple right now is at 149. So we're still above that 147.68 on that, Erica. So, we're not in a bullish bias yet. We're maybe too far away to consider a swing trade anyway. You'd have to pull back to the 147.5 with the move up to 152.5. But intraday setups are potential. I really would like to see a pullback a little bit further. I'd want to see the pullback down to at least 148 to take a bounce for anything bullish, or break that 147.5 for anything bearish. All right, I hope that helps. Let me know down below. And then Robert is asking for CSX. And he's looking at a bear call spread. So where are they today, Robert? I think you asked on these guys yesterday from what I remember. Let's see. So I don't have a print on them this morning. So CSX right now shows 28.16 as last price. Let's try it this way just for a second for kicks and giggles. So it showed it had some move to the downside, Robert. I don't know what kind of activity there was. 400 shares. No, it shows a lot more than that. So I'm really not sure. There was really nothing there. But we're back to where we were, I guess, on close. So we did get some move. It shows on that one candle. I don't know. And here's the thing, guys. You never know this. This could be a real trade that took place. It could be an, oops, we missed the trade yesterday. We need to fill it, and it caused a certain movement to take place. You just don't know that. And when you see all of these hash marks, we're just going sideways. There's no real movement happening at all. But what we're looking at on it, Robert, if we do get a downward move on it today, that's great. I'd be somewhere up above for that bear call spread. I would be somewhere up above that 28 level is what I'd be looking for. But we need to get some movement to the downside on it first for me to do that. I don't think you'll get anything for 29. So listen, if I can get a 29, I'd be okay with that for a bear call spread. There's nothing there. Again, just blue chips, stodgy. I wouldn't do 50-cent increments here. I would definitely skip one and go to the whole dollar. But there's just $28 right now. $29. Sorry. Okay. $29 is only 15 cents. So there's not a lot there on it. So you need some movement first, Robert, for it to work. So yeah, it might have moved away. You're right, Robert. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have a great rest of your day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. See you guys in the morning. Catch you soon. Bye.